And welcome back to our final segment here with the Red Dirt Roundtable here on the Deep Rock Sports Extra. And, we didn't really get a chance to kind of finish up. There was so much to talk about with the last game, and we talked about all the players and stuff. Officiating was I'm not sure Coach Shoup is going to say a whole lot about that, but, we can say something.
Yeah, we sure can. And I'll tell you this much. If you're going to manage a game like that at the high school level with that many penalties, okay, I'm going to use a term that Jerry Glanville used during an NFL game. NFL, not for very long will you be working high school football. You've got to manage the game better. A lot of poor management there. I referee. I know that you referee as well, Elton, but a lot of poor game management there that I really thought took away from the game.
Well, I thought it took away from the rhythm of the game. I thought they really kind of took the ball game out of the kids' hands at different points.
The length of the timeouts.
Absolutely.
On both sides. It wasn't just it was on both sides. Absolutely.
I was going to say that, so ditto to both of you.
Go
ahead, Don.
Well, no, I was going to say the same thing. They spend an awful lot of time in discussion. Normally, a good official would say, "Thanks, coach," and then move forward. But we spent a whole lot of time.
And really, that was a big deal. They let the coaches talk way too much.
On both sides.
On both sides, absolutely.
Well, there was a lot of things that happened that night, not just at Cushing, but elsewhere around the district with some bigger games. The biggest one coming, Kingfisher getting beat by Hennessy.
Kingfisher 32-13 losers to the Hennessy Eagles at Hennessy. So big Kingfisher kind of rivalry game. Two power programs.
That gives hope for Cushing too, coming up against Kingfisher. That really helps us looking ahead.
Well, and you're going to look at film on what Hennessy got to do on the defensive side of the ball, and we've got a couple of weeks to prepare for that. But we've got other things coming up. We got 2 weeks. It's not easy games for the Tigers. No, not at all. But and speaking about teams that we have to see later on, when I was watching the highlights when I got home, Chief texted me about the Kingfisher loss. And at that point in time, Heritage Hall was on the television, and they won. And boy, Heritage Hall looks pretty good. So the Tigers have a big test coming up. What's that, week 7? Game?
Well, don't you feel like that this game against Berry Hill wasn't really a game that really hurt us? It was a non-conference game.
No.
I mean, with all the officiating going on, with everything that happened, I mean, you could flip a coin, it could have went either way. So you almost look at that as a wash, but a good confidence builder. Again, just like with Bristow the week before.
Absolutely. I want you to go back, and I said this in the booth, go back to when Coach Shoup first got here against Glenpool, at Glenpool. He went for 2 to win the game. Huge step for Cushing Tiger football. This right here the other night, completely not an uncharacteristic move for him. These kids know how to win. So a number 10 team coming into your place, playing that close, I think the future looks really good for us.
And Coach Shoup said it to his players. He said it to me in the interview after the game as well. That's my responsibility. I take full responsibility for that. Hey, there's no responsibility there. That's the right choice. At home, you go for the win.
Absolutely, you go for the win at home. I thought he did the right call. And this game, this early in the season, last year we got beat with Seminole, and it kind of affected us into the season, going into the Jones game and finishing up. So I think this year they grow from that. They get a little stronger.
Absolutely.
We're a young team, guys.
Absolutely.
They'll learn from that, and adversity will build them stronger. I don't think there was any question in anybody's doubt we were going to go for the title that game. There wasn't. No one seemed to be upset about it on the sidelines, and we've struggled a little bit in the kicking game. Last year, Bosworth was money in the bank. This year, he struggled a little bit. But I tell you what, I don't know if you guys from the booth, from where where we sit, it looks like they're good, but they're always coming up and
just
beat
off
the
one
deal
side.
line. So I don't know what the deal is.
Let's real quickly talk about Cleveland. We got that coming up this week. Cleveland's 1-1. They beat Hominy. They lost to Manfred.
No, they were 16-7
winners
over Manfred.
Hominy beat Cleveland.
Yes.
So they're 1-1 on the
Yes. Cleveland comes in last year 5-6 from last season, 1-1 this year. Big robbery with the Hominy Bucks. Of course, Hominy tops them. Manfred just won that game. They have a new quarterback.
Last time we were there, a lot of things happened. We had a player get hurt, Parker broke his leg. We had a player that lost his dad before. There was a lot of emotion. We lost the game, very easily could have won it, and that was a very difficult game for us.
It came down to special teams. We had a chance to kick a field goal, couldn't hit it, and it came down to that. I think maybe it could be that again. Yeah, Elton and I called that game. It was a misty night. It was raining. It was hard to hold on to the ball. Keegan Myers also went down that night as well. So a lot of stuff happened in Cleveland. Cleveland always seems to be a very tough place to play. And it always seems like we just struggle
when we're down in Cleveland playing. But the quarterback has graduated. Plus, we have so many more weapons in our gun.
Gotta feel good really about coming into the
yeah.
game with all the weapons we have.
But a later start time this week, 7:30.
7:30.
I want to make that mention, and it's going to be Cleveland's homecoming, and it seems like we're always there for Cleveland's homecoming. So my prediction for this week is I think the Tigers are playing very well. I'm going to go Tigers 35, Cleveland 28.
Well, I think it'll be better than that. I think Shoop will have them fired up, ready to play. He'll get them organized again. They're focused this week in practice. I'm going to look for a big game, 49-6.
With 35-21, Cushing.
35-21, same thing I had.
Well, I'm gonna go with 31-12.
Man, that's a lottery pick right there.
See
See how that works.
Hey, well, it'll be a lot of fun looking to making the trip. James, you're going to be out of town. We're going to miss you down there. We'll have Terry maybe on the sideline for us and help with halftime stats. And Don and I get the chance to call the game. So we're looking forward to it. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Red Dirt Roundtable. We'll be back with more of the Deep Rock Sports Extra right after this.